Good morning, fam. Welcome to Whimsy Intuitive Tarot. I'm Cam. Man, I did not post a reading yesterday because I couldn't get the software to do what I wanted it to do, and then I had to go keep an eye on my mother who just got out of the hospital. And make sure she didn't need any help while Dad had a doctor's appointment. And then I had to go to the grocery store. So it was a big, long day yesterday. But I finally did get the video uploaded. It's about your creativity. There were lots of interruptions. And I don't know if that means that, building your new life has had lots of interruptions, but that might resonate for somebody. So today I got in my little box of charms. Hang on. I have a cat here on my armrest. It's running loves. I got in my little box of charms and whatever else little things that are laying around. And this was what came out. So we have a yin-yang. So I'm guessing this reading is going to be about a soul connection of some kind. So one would hazard a guess maybe about love. So we'll have to see what comes out. I'm using the Mythos Tarot with the Greek gods and goddesses to start with, and we'll see what happens after. So we'll just shuffle these babies. And I will try to keep this an acceptable length. Spirit, please keep this an acceptable length. Yeah, so it's finally cold in Ohio. It's October when I'm doing this. Technically, this will probably be a timeless reading. Fairly sure it's a timeless reading. So whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. But yeah, I am cold. My hands are cold. But I don't want to turn on the heat yet because I don't want to pay for it. Okay, there's a good shuffle, and then we'll do some of this kind of shuffle. And we'll look at that, but I may or may not take it. Look at that too. We'll see. Okay. Let's see what these, maybe they'll give us a tone for the reading. The Page of Coins, the Page of Wands, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Swords, Medusa. Well, the story of Medusa is that she was a beautiful woman. And, of course, the gods were jealous of her beauty and ended up making her hideous. I think that she was raped by a god. I'd have to look it up. But the god's love interest or partner got mad. So yeah, she's been gone through some hell that was none of it her own making. Behind that's the Chariot and the Moon and the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. I think that you've been very ill-treated in the past. And I think it affected you deeply. It affected your money and your physical existence, you know, the physical aspects of our life. And maybe it made it hard for you to connect to spirit. Maybe it made it hard for you to have ideas and create, and you were kind of just stuck. Or maybe you are now, right now. So let's see what spirit has to say about this. You know? So here we have your connection. Here we'll have your person, whoever's on your mind. Their 5D energy. So their energy on the other side, maybe their higher self. And here we'll have the 3D energy. And then we'll have what spirit is doing to help this connection along or hinder it. But usually it's helping it. So let's get into it. No, one at a time, spirit, please, one at a time. Nine of coins. Okay. All right. Wow. The Empress. Boy, these are really slippery, really slippery. The Nine of Swords. They're just having a time, looks like. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, so we're going to get into some Greek mythology stories today. Let me grab the book. I like to say this deck is full of extremes and also subtleties. It doesn't really have a middle ground. That's just the way I feel about it. That's the impression I get. Okay, so the energy or your connection is the Nine of Coins. This is Plutus, a god of wealth, riches, and abundance. It's about fruits of your labor, rewards, luxury, abundance, and financial independence. Maybe you are standing here everything about this connection appears to be abundant. It creates abundance in its own, just by existing. So when the two of you come together, you know, it's kind of like a powerhouse. You are so much the yin and yang that together you create something entirely new, and something that has a lot of power to change people's lives for the better. And not just your own, the people around you too. Perhaps you are both spiritual. You both have a spiritual calling that you need to investigate. All right, so the 5D energies around your connection and your person is the Empress. The Empress It knows. So in the 5D, you know, your person knows that you are. This is the connection. This is Hera. I feel like, you know, Hera does cause a lot of trouble. So I'm not sure why they would make Hera the Empress. Goddess of marriage, women, and childbirth. Well, maybe. She's the queen of the gods. The husband, or the Zeus is her husband. She was, yeah, pursued vindictive hatred against the people that Zeus cheated with. If you have a long enough relationship, especially a karmic one or one from an unhealed position or an unhealed soulmate, yeah, that's common. It's common for people to get all in their head and be blinded by someone else. And it just takes over the entire connection between you and them. But they don't want that to happen. I mean, this is their 5D. This is their higher self. And their higher self knows the all of the truth. They have access to all of the Akashic records and, you know, everything. There's nothing hidden on the other side. But creativity, nurturing, abundance, these are all things that in the higher realms that your person wants for you. In the 3D, seems they're being a little dense. I spoke the other day about people being a little dense. 5 of Swords, Phobos, and I think that's the root of phobia, being scared of something. Just in language. The god of and personification of fear and panic. So, you know, in the 3D, in the physical plane, your person is afraid. They're panicking. They might be afraid that you're not going to forgive them for whatever they did to cause a separation. They might be afraid that, you know, if they come back, that you will hurt them because they've clearly been hurt so many times. And they are in their head. You know, this is all in their head. See, the swords are sticking in their head. I hope that's not a glare. These are shiny cards, so I apologize if there's a glare. Let's see. A little bit of a glare. I've got a lamp. Okay, that's better. And what is the universe doing to move this along? Ace of Swords. Okay. It's trying to expose the truth about to your person. It's trying to tell them that no matter what happens, this is something they need to do, right? They need to come tell you the truth. Chaos. Let's see, chaos. Kitties, you're breaking stuff. Stop it. All right, where were we? Ace of Swords. I'm trying not to get distracted this time. All right. Primordial deity preceding the universe. Chaos. The earth of the universe was without form and void, right? The primordial emptiness that lived at the dawn of creation. This is breakthrough, clarity, sharp mind, new ideas, truth, and vision. Okay? So, yeah, the universe is trying to show your person that the truth. And the truth is that you have a deep soul connection. And maybe they're just too full of fear. Of course, this fear would probably dissipate if they just spoke to you, if they communicated. But we just have to keep encouraging them in the 5D. Because they're afraid. I don't know about you, but I've been scaring off people for many, many years. So, most of them can't seem to stand the test of time, and they freak out and they disappear. So, I feel you, fam. Alrighty, so we're going to pull some, we're going to get a different deck and we're going to clarify. I think I'm going to go with Art Nouveau, Golden Art Nouveau, and we'll see. I apologize for the condition of my fingernails, but I've been, doing physical things, and that means, yeah, it's death to nail polish. So we'll see. On the bottom, randomly, the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, and on the bottom of this deck, the Four of Wands, Hestia. So we'll have to look closer at that. Okay, let's shuffle. Oh, come on. We're doing gold. See, I can't pick them up. Okay, we're doing a gold theme today, apparently. We have gold cards to match the Golden October. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, somebody flipped over, didn't they? What is that? Four of Wands again. There's your confirmation. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands that flipped over and the Four of Wands on the bottom of this deck. So it's the intent. The intent of spirit is, the Four of Wands relationship, where you're out in the open and you're public and you're doing things together and going places, and everyone knows you as a nice, healthy relationship, a great connection, right? It could mean marriage. It could mean, just we go together like peas and carrots. Maybe Forrest Gump resonates with somebody. So that's confirmation. I'm going to put this back in the deck and go ahead and clarify. Okay, so Spirit. Why is the Nine of Coins here as the nature of your connection with this person. The Star. And the Ten of Cups. Well, you know, that's pretty awesome. Right? I'm dating myself using the word awesome, I guess. Just call me Gen X, roll your eyes, and go on. Yeah, the Star, it's the hope after the tower, you know? And the fairy tale, the daydream, the perfect happy ending. So you've got abundance, and the abundance of this relationship in all ways, not just in the physical plane, but in all ways, is your hope after the tower, right? And you're manifesting something big. Don't be afraid to daydream. I mean, don't lose yourself in it, but don't be afraid to write your own fairy tale. I mean, literally write it down. Get a notebook and say, this is what I want my new life to look like. And be very detailed when you do it. So, because right now it's a great manifesting this month is, it's got extra power behind it. So I've heard from people who know more about astrology than I do. Okay. That was kind of amazing. All right. The Empress. Spirit. Why is the Empress here? The Nine of Cups. Why is the Nine of Cups here on the Empress? The Page of Pentacles. Well, in the 5D, you know, and on the other side, their higher self, you know, it's sitting, they're sitting here looking very self-satisfied, right? They know what is being set up for them on this side. And because this is on the Empress, it tells me that, you know, it's you. It's you. And they're, you know, being pushed to make an offer. They're pushing themselves in the 3D to make an offer. To come in and speak to you in the 3D. Because you've been speaking in the 5D. But this is about the 3D realm, right? This is about the physical world that we can see and touch. So, something about a gift. It doesn't have to be a physical gift. I mean, it's in the physical 3D world, but it doesn't have to be an object. It's like they see you as their gift and vice versa. So why is the Nine of Swords here? What is all this fear about, and what is holding things back, please? King of Pentacles. Let's see. And the Five of Swords. Yeah, they only just feel like they got their feet back, you know. They got their foot back on this rock, whereas before they were on unsteady ground. But they finally got their foot back on this rock. They finally reached a place where they can look back over the battle and clean it up, you know. But swords are all in your head. This is thoughts and when you and decisions and fears and, you know, yes, it can be a decision to act, but what backs it up is in the physical world, it appears they finally have their together, you know? Let's see where we go from here. We'll push these guys up a bit just because I'm going to see about getting a bigger space to work in. This is just, you know, the pretty velvet I had lying around. So we'll see if I can manage that soon. All right, the Ace of Swords. This is, what is the universe doing to back up this connection? What is the energies and spirit doing? There's the Empress again. Yeah, this is the truth. They're showing them the truth. The truth is that you are the Empress. And that might cause some of the fear. Because, you know, maybe they just can't wrap their head around the fact that they might finally get good things in a relationship, right? From the very beginning and until the end. Sometimes things start out great, but it doesn't stay great. Ego gets in the way, unhealed hurts get in the way, miscommunication or no communication really gets in the way. Here's your Chariot for why the Empress is here. The better you look, the faster they're going to move. The better you look, the more they, you know, might want to head toward you. I think they do, but they're still handicapped by this fear and this pain. And sometimes with some people, it just takes a very long time to get over this fear and pain. In my circumstance, it took me about 16 months to get over it enough to even consider enjoying myself with anyone else. Because before that, all I saw was just years of being alone. That's all I could see. So, yeah, I feel like you just have to wait a little bit longer. I mean, they have to get over this fear. They have to decide that they want you more as the Empress, that they want the fairy tale, that they want the yeah, they just have to decide that they got to go for it, right? Okay, so let's ask about the possible final outcome here in this energy of today. Of course, we had the Four of Wands on the bottom. So let's pull a card for the possible final outcome, Spirit, please. Possible final outcome. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is tradition. It is knowing what you want. However, This card, when it comes out in this deck, it is actually reversed. So, because it's Dionysus, and he is Lord of Chaos. So, I think that when your person comes back, they're going to do it on a, it's going to be a little thing, a shallow thing maybe, because you're expecting them to apologize and start just telling you the truth and everything right up front, but I don't think that's what they are thinking right now. I think they're thinking right now to ease in sideways, ready to run if you start being hurtful, what they perceive as hurtful. But they're still coming in, so they might come in and look for some root chakra stuff going on, some Ace of Wands sparky big time. Do what you want, but I think that their offer is a little one. They're going to try a little offer first, something safe, something easy, so they don't get their hopes up too much, because they're still in pain from everybody else they've ever been with, right? There are very few people in your person's life that have not massively disappointed them and hurt them. So we got to cut them a little bit of slack. People acting out of pain do stupid things. It's just the way it is. So, all right. So why is the Hierophant here in reverse, Spirit? Why is the Hierophant here? Nightmares. They're dreaming about you. I think you guys talk in dreams, that you're together in dreams. That's how 5D energies communicate a lot of the time. Your person in the 5D does not want you to be alone, right? They love you so very much. And, they're pretty busy in the 5D. I mean, you, as the likely divine feminine, have, the feminine leads the way, everyone says. Like the lion in strength, or like the woman in the strength card leading the lion. Because you already know. You know that there's a reason why you cannot get this person out of your head. I think this is a person that you know. And you maybe had a situation that didn't quite get off the ground because your person was misreading you and not communicating and not asking questions and not being honest. It was just easier for them to go hermit, right? I think maybe they're at a distance from you, maybe not a long distance, but far enough away that you don't get to see them on a daily basis. And there's very little likelihood that you two would show up in the same place together by accident. Because you can't put yourself in their sphere because you don't know where they are and what they're doing. And they They just don't, you guys don't have overlapping places, perhaps. They're busy doing something else, trying to forget, trying to forget about you. And they're afraid to be in the same place that you are. So, Spirit, can we have another? Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here, please? There it is. Yeah, Eight of Swords. So we have the Nine of Swords twice and the Eight of Swords. They're just not looking. They're just not looking. They're trying to protect themselves by not looking. It's kind of like hiding your head under the covers when you're a kid and something scares you, you know. There's a monster under the bed. And the best way we think to deal with that is just don't look at it. So they're not looking. Because they have this newfound equilibrium, and they've been through all these battles, and they've just now managed to clean up the battlefield a little bit, and they're terrified to go back to feeling that way. I absolutely understand it. And I hate this for them. So for the meantime, I think they need to take this blindfold off. They need to take that blindfold off. Right? Because none of these swords are sticking through her dress. So she can just, you know, wiggle out of that ribbon that she's bound up in and pull that blindfold off and walk away. But she's afraid. A lot of people don't like her when she's fully loose and carefree. Right? Okay, so we are going to get some, like a bonus message, some advice with, the Tree of Life Oracle. So let's do some shuffling. We're going to get some advice from the universe about how to maintain your sanity and try not to be frustrated with your person. Just be in flow, okay? You know, expect nothing to happen. That's what they say. Super hard to do, right? Especially when you can't stop thinking about this person, you know? When you need to go find a distraction. But if you're like me, when it comes down to, you know, turning off all the devices and laying in the dark, there's nothing to distract you. So, yeah, insomnia, dreams. Okay, fam. All right, Spirit. On the bottom, I was just about to shuffle. The 27th path, the Tower. Courage, faith, and fighting spirit. And, you know, you have courage. You need to have courage because you're the one that leads the way. Your energies are so very connected that if you balk at moving ahead, so will they. So you're the one who has to have the courage, so they will follow you. So try to get rid of any fear that you have, because fear is what is holding your person back. So the more you heal yourself and get over your fear or face your fears and then let them go, because once you acknowledge it, that fear, the more you do that, the less you're afraid of it, and it's no longer a fear anymore. It's just a thing, right? And you have to have faith that whatever happens, it's for your highest good. That's tough. It really is. And sometimes, unfortunately, people with these kind of connections don't come together. But there's always the next life. There's always the other side. People with soul contracts are already together on the other side. There's a little bit of their soul that stays behind on the other side to oversee things. You're already together with this person. And that's why you can't stop thinking of them here. But they don't always come back in the 3D. It's hard from our perspective to understand that the 3D is really of so little importance. Compared to the spirit. Because if you don't get it right, you just come back and you do it again. Right? Until you learn those lessons, until you have that experience. So, and fighting spirit, you know, you just got to keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. That's if, you know, Nemo resonates to someone. All right. Okay, Spirit, we're getting the final advice from the universe. The Wheel of Fortune. One more, please. Severity, might, discipline, and karma. Okay, Spirit, one more, please. Justice, adjustment, karmic adjustment, balance, objectivity. And this was flipped over on the bottom. The Crown, source point attainment. Kether, or Keither. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but let's get the book and take a look at these. "21st Path, the Wheel of Fortune. Oi, come here. Fortune, quest, and abundance. Ah, see, she's steering the ship here. Is it? Yeah, steering the ship here. And she's got her foot into the water, just one foot, like the star on a tarot deck. Fortuna spins the wheel of fate, but she does so without passing judgment. She cannot see what's happening. She only knows that the wheel must keep on turning. Right? Yeah, you gotta just have faith. See, she's got that blindfold on. And this is a point when the blindfold, it serves a purpose. Gebura, severity. It's 5. Let's see. Might, discipline, and karma. Number 5 on the Tree of Life. Gebura is home to the Lords of Karma. The planet is Mars. You're operating on a soul level here, so the choices you make have far-reaching consequences. A warrior queen ready for battle. She reminds you to choose your battles wisely. Have the courage to keep moving forward. And when needed, go full She-Ra. I don't know if anyone used to watch He-Man and She-Ra, but that's what this says. So, yeah, I think that when they do come in, and if they do come in with something silly, something small, just don't get bent out of shape, right? Because it's still progress. Don't be too severe on them. You know, they may be your person, but you don't know the hardships that they have experienced. Not really, because things affect people differently. So even if you know their story, you don't know how it affected their inside person, their inside vulnerability. Justice and adjustment. 22nd path. Karmic adjustment, balance, objectivity. I think that, you know, the balance is on its way. Hopefully. I mean, it looks like that you're going to have some, they're just still adjusting. The scales are still trying to balance. Let's see. 22nd path. And this comes right after the Wheel of Fortune in the 21st path. You have justice. Okay. This is a Libra card. The soul is introduced to the lords of karma. They ask their questions about the Egyptian goddess Mot asks, will anyone miss thee by thy passing? Balancing your heart against a feather to determine your entry into the afterlife is said to be Mot's role, or Ma'at. This card reminds you that you are a soul in a human body on a karmic journey, experiencing consequences of your actions. Yeah, they maybe didn't deal with things so hot, so this is the consequences. It could apply to you as well. So adjustments are still being made. Yeah, and keep making your own adjustments. Keep lightening your heart so you can come into balance. Kether, Crown, which is the first card in this deck, I believe. Hang on. The spheres of energy that vibrate their power throughout the tree of life. This is the crown chakra. Source, point, and attainment. Number 1 on the tree of life. This is the space at the top of your head where the light gets in. My friend the other day said that the top of her head tingles sometimes when she knows things. Your antenna is here, the transmitter that sends messages out to the universe and the receiver that lets them in. The planet is Neptune, a nebulous planet long associated with the world of mysticism and spirituality. You can only see part of this king, right? He's in profile, so you can't see his whole face. If you keep trying, you will lose yourself in wondering what the other side of him looks like. It's a conundrum. He intentionally does not show his full face. This person is still keeping his cards close to his chest, their chest. There's no gender in tarot. I know everyone says that, and ostensibly everyone knows it, but I need to say it anyway, just in case. This person is, not turning their whole face to you, and neither is the universe. You're not supposed to know everything, right? There are just some things we're not supposed to know. At least maybe until it happens, right? Until we get to that point where that knowledge can serve us. So, connect with Source, do some meditation, do anything you can to keep yourself level, right? Because he's the hawk or an eagle, but he's also a swan. And the swans are, soulmate symbology. Allow yourself to simply be in the presence of your own spiritual being that has no form or shape, that which is the very definition of ethereal. Stare into space, let your focus move through the earthly world, and your mind wander the halls of heaven. Daydream. I realized the other day that I don't zone out and daydream anymore. I mean, I haven't for years. And this is weird to me because I feel like I used to do it a lot when I was young. I feel like that's a portal to spirit that I'm not using. And of course, when we do try to manifest, we want to manifest the 10 of Cups or the 9 of Cups, or the 10 of Coins maybe. Cups usually with a soulmate relationship. So look at ways that you could be acting to be more in touch with spirit. Because if you're more in touch with spirit, so is your person. That's just the way it works. The more level that you can become, the more in flow that you can become, the more comforting that is to your person and your energy. Because they might not be here, they might not be talking, but their energy is around you. It definitely is in the 5D. And what as above, so below, right? If you're together in the 5D, then there are parts of your energy that is together in the 3D, even if you're not talking. And you know this because you can't stop thinking about them. It's been months and months, and normally I would just kick somebody to the curb and forget about them because they, I don't need someone who is wishy-washy. But this time, maybe you just can't. You can't quit thinking about them. And it's frustrating. So do your thing. Be the best you can be. I'm going to just see what's on the bottom here. Okay, the Queen of Coins, backed up by the Sword of Truth, and the Hermit, and the King of Cups, and balance, giving, reciprocity, 6 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and there's another King of Swords. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here, but this is all about you, okay? You know the truth. And even when you know the truth, man, it's hard to believe and keep that belief, you know? You got to maintain that steady belief because you know the truth. Spirit has told you. And you've seen it because you were quiet and still and alone. And you went out searching for what the truth was. That's what you're doing right now. When you're watching tarot readings, you're out here searching for what the light can reveal. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, or the King of Cups. Oh, we've already got the Ten of Cups. So, I mean, that's love. That's a lot of love. Yeah? But, I mean, we've got the divine pair. We've got the King of Cups. Oh. You've got the King of Cups, the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins together. That's a divine couple in the 3D. Okay? That's a physical manifestation of your relationship. Right? It's right here. But, I mean, we also had lots of swords. We've got the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords. Let's move these guys. And we had, where is it? The Ace of Swords. Coins. The 9 of Swords again. So all of this, you know, this is all being in your head, right? Being in your head. Or them being in their head. You know, you've got the 8 twice, right? No, the 9 twice. 9 of Swords twice for confirmation. But, you know, I mean, it's so close to the 10. It's so close to pulling all those swords out. And I think they fluctuate between pulling all the swords out and leaving all the swords in because they're afraid. So, you got to have patience. But you can do that because you're the Empress. Both the Empress right here. And the Hope after the Tower, the Star. So these are just some of the energies around this connection. And, you know, I feel like I'm saying all the things that everyone says when you click on a love reading for a soulmate. But it's just, this is what comes out. This is what comes out. But, you know, you manifest it. Because you have the 9 and the 10 of Cups and the Star. The Star says, it's time for hope. And when you have hope, then you manifest. And this makes you the Empress. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have Justice. You know, go with it. Go with it, fam. Well, this is your reading for today. I really hope this helps. You know, I mean, we're all just trying to find our level ground. And, you know, your person just hasn't found it yet. But, you know, they're doing things. They're trying. Because they're not stuck in the 8. Are they? Yeah, so they moved on to the 9. But it's still fear. Fear is 3D. Fear is in your head. Fear is in the physical. And you conquer that with getting out of the physical and going deeper into spirit. You know, the crown. So, I hope this helps, fam. I really do. So just keep swimming, I guess. Just keep swimming. I know we keep being told that, divine timing and all that good stuff, but, you know, that's just the way you have to do things. Yeah, under here, Bina, understanding, silence, awareness, and the divine feminine. And she has a cup. So, you know, there are parallels here to the Ace of Cups or the Queen of Cups. You have a black bird and a white bird, which is symbolic of yin yang, right? And the Empress usually wears red. Am I wrong? No, well, this one doesn't. Nope, white. White with red. Yeah. So, yeah, silence, be quiet, be aware. I mean, be the divine feminine. And when they come in with a tiny offer, if they, you know, come in with a tiny offer, hear them out, be patient, and, you know, see what happens. Being kind and understanding never is the wrong thing to do. Okay, well, have a good rest of your day, fam. Until next time.